In Maroa, not everybody left. Some did. Some went to college and never quite came back except for holidays and funerals. Some tried a bigger city and decided it fit. Some built lives that required airports. But a lot of people stayed. They didn't announce it. They didn't frame it as a decision. They just kept waking up in the same place. The farmer whose fields edged the edge of town didn't reinvent himself at 45. He didn't pivot. He didn't rebrand. He planted again. The teacher who had my class photo on her wall ended up teaching the kids of the kids she used to send to the office. The couple who ran the cafe didn't sell when it got hard. They adjusted hours. They cut back somewhere else. They stayed open. When you're a kid, you assume towns just function. Fields get planted. The school opens. The lights turn on at the ball diamond. The concession stand is always open. The parade happens in July. You don't think about who is holding it all up. You don't think about the fact that someone chose not to leave. I left. A lot of us did. We took what the town gave us and carried it somewhere else. And that's not betrayal. That's life. But there's something steady about the ones who stayed. They're the reason you can come back and still recognize the place. They're the reason the cemetery is trimmed. The reason the veterans' names are still on the wall. The reason the same intersection still feels like the center of something. Staying is not loud. It doesn't get applauded. It doesn't trend. It looks like the same pickup in the same driveway. It looks like knowing which house to call when something breaks. It looks like showing up to a school board meeting when nobody else wants to. It looks like volunteering to drag the field because the kid who usually does it moved away. You don't notice the people who stay until you've been gone long enough to realize how much of a town depends on them. When you grow up somewhere and leave, you tell yourself the place shaped you. That's true. But the place is only a place because someone kept shaping it after you left. There are people in Maroa right now who haven't talked to me in years. Some of them were closer to my parents than they were to me. Some of them I barely remember conversations with. And yet I know this. If something happened, something real, they would show up. Not because we maintained the relationship perfectly. Because they stayed in the same web of people that raised me. They're still inside the structure that built us. There's a cost to staying. You see everyone's cycles. You attend more funerals. You watch businesses close. You watch kids leave. You keep the lights on anyway. You don't get the novelty of reinvention. You get the repetition of responsibility. And you carry it quietly. A town does not survive on nostalgia. It survives on the people who mow the grass at the cemetery long after their own parents are buried there. It survives on the person who still organizes the parade, even when turnout dips. It survives on the coach who keeps coaching, even when the stands aren't full. When I write about Maroa, I'm writing from the perspective of someone who left and benefited. But the reason I can write about it all is because someone stayed. Someone kept it recognizable. Someone kept it functioning. Someone kept caring. There's no plaque for that. No wall listing the names of the people who simply remained. But if you trace every good memory back far enough, you run into them. The ones who didn't go anywhere. The ones who kept the cafe open. The ones who planted again. The ones who taught again. The ones who showed up again. A town is not built by the people who leave and remember it fondly. It's built by the people who wake up there tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Maroa still exists because somebody stayed. And that matters more than we say out loud.